So I wanted to show you guys what I have for my Bitcoin mining stuff at this point. This is a little, kind of my PC setup area for where I work from home during the day at. This is the first set of miners that I set up. These are Antminer S3s, and I have them going into a single 1300 watt power supply. Between the two of them, we're right about a terahash a piece, and they're pulling about 700 watts, so about half, a little bit over half of what the power supply can push. I was thinking about putting some additional ones on here, but I had to change out the second set of red cords here. So this is the smaller group of miners that I have. I have another set down in the basement. I had to move those downstairs because of some of the noise that's coming out of them. I'll go over and show you guys those. So this is kind of like they're kind of like working as little space heaters here. I'll show you what I have downstairs in the basement. So we're going through down over to the basement. The ones downstairs in the basement are quite loud. So part of what I did is I actually put some, if you look there's rubber gasketing around the door. And then I also set up a kind of an area to isolate some of the sound. So I actually hung a rug downstairs in the basement here. So we're going to go down through like this little sound trap here, and this is where I have it set up downstairs in the basement. So downstairs in the basement here, I have an additional router set up, and then I have a set of two right now Antminer S7s that are on 1600 watt power supplies. 1600 watt power supplies. I currently have enough set up for 4 S7s is what I want to get up to within the next couple of weeks here. I actually ran these circuits here. They're 15 amps a piece, 15 amp circuits, and then ran those into the electrical box. One of the things I did is I also labeled them so that I could tell which one was driving which miner. The router here, this router is actually driven off of the router upstairs. There's a line that I dropped through the ceiling in the basement here to actually run it up to the upstairs to like the DSL router that I have upstairs. We actually have a DSL and a cable router in the house, so we have a lot of bandwidth to basically use. The miners themselves don't pull a lot of bandwidth. They do pull a lot of power. One of the nice things that we have in the house here is that we do have a 200 amp feed into the house, so it'll allow me, if I was to max it out, I could run 20 or so miners. These pull about 10 amps a piece. My thinking is that we'll probably get up to at most 10 miners in the house. One of the other things that I actually did go through and put switches for the power supplies. These are power supply switches that actually Bitmain makes, that you put onto them, so you don't just plug stuff into or jump over the power piece for the power supplies. And they run very stable. Like these, I haven't had to do very much of anything with the miners themselves since they've been set up. One of the things I did do also is I did put some soundproofing in, actually up on the ceiling above there. I don't know if you can see very well, but there's rock wool that I put up there and stapled into place to knock down some of the sound getting conducted upstairs. That's also why this yoga mat is here. It's absorbing some of the sound off of it. And then I had a lot of problems with the sound actually bouncing off the wall in back of it, and I put another bunch of blocks of rock wool there for it. I'm looking at different sound solutions because I want to I'd like to run 8 to 10 of them down here in the basement. and they do produce a lot of noise. Like the heat downstairs in the basement hasn't been an issue, but it could be. It could get to a point where it is. I kind of will have to see how that part works out, but for now, like the biggest problem is actually the noise downstairs in the basement. So for you guys that want to see my Antminer setup or the mining setup that I have at home, hopefully this is a pretty decent overview for you guys. All right, thanks a lot. Bye-bye.